Okay, so the heart pertains to the morals and the ethics of an individual. They're principles that they stand on, meaning words you speak, you do not retreat from. There's a deeper aesthetic that goes down into the core foundation of an individual, in which they will stand on a foundation and speak words which they stand on because it pertains to their own identity, pertaining to attributes of character and behavior and principles. The work of your hands is a dead thing, and God is God of the living. So therefore, He is not God over your flesh. That is according to this world, which is a lie. God is God over the living. He does not care about your pineal gland. He does not care about your any of these superficial, esoteric things that has been constructed in this world. If you want to generate or produce good fruit, then you have to pay attention to how you live your life, what choices you make, what temptations you are given to define your weakness and fortify your temple as a fortress or foundation for the building of your family. And finding someone who is evenly yoked, because this world is a matrix and the matriarchy is chaos. Given that man is lawless and going according about his cycle as the moon, no different than a woman, and her time of month is a time of month for men always, considering the fall in the garden. And man thinks that he knows something, not knowing himself. Therefore, he leans to others' opinions pertaining to his psychology, which is a database for a bunch of subjectives that came from individuals that he would consider strangers, with false IDs as accolades and bachelorettes and masters and doctorate degrees, which matter and pertain according to knowledge of this world, which is passing away, along with the individual who learned such things, thinking he could judge thee, and I smite you in your own ignorance and keep you in that darkness and shovel you like shit to build up the mushrooms that I could trip on and go on a field trip. Skywriting and highlighting, I'm moving. Moonwalker like Luke Skywalker. I'm knocking them down with my lightsaber. Practicing my tactics in the scripture. These niggas do backflips when I hit them with a shotgun. And that's just the truth. They shouldn't respond like that anytime truth gets on them. Anytime life comes around, niggas should not move. Be still, as you always were. Tell the truth in a casket, chapel lined with velvet. There they lie in, lying because they walking around, roaring, looking for who they can tackle. Always after the weak prey, never going after the strong one. I'm strong like Uvo Gang out of the Hunter series, my number 11. Niggas never question. Things are centralized around a nigga who ain't got nothing. And here I sit. Everybody hates Chris. Guess I got taken by Romans, but you niggas can't fuck. And I'm celibate. Even though you can, you can't. All the knowledge you have is obtained, none of it of your own. You ain't been through shit thinking you could judge a nigga. 1000%. If you want to build a strong child, we are biodata in this matrix that is comprised of chaos, no different than a female's womb where babies are made. I was formed a hand in the egg to assist my mother. Difficult birth, we had to give her a C-section. I came up out, rising like a tree, sniping at my roots where the powers that be. Dislocating my identity as if it was built on flesh. They can have it and the blessings that go with it. It'll never fill the void of where I stand. They don't understand, even though they've fallen under. They judge me. Things that they don't know of is written in scripture that they speak about like brute beasts. I wonder why they speak like that. They must be animals, and they look at the black man and my niggas ain't with me. So I stand alone. My children are as gray aliens, and they were in space, but they got taken captive by some type of nemesis. And we would say that it's the system. People are whispering, though they're loyal to the mother that they're whispering about, scratching at their eye when they come around, calling their nigga Ray. These people must be unconscious. They ain't never seen me before. They sure got a lot of knowledge. They must be possessed. These fruits elope and interlope and have children under the oppression of the economic system, putting them bitches on cameras in corners, and then accidents happen, and we call that life. Spiritual data, binary construct, zeros and ones. My name is Tom. I'm like Neo out the Matrix. Niggas ain't seen me before. Black is the flesh that I wear, and I'm proud of that. Never sought to be white at all. Grew up in the suburbs, you could say a nigga like Moses, because I came out of Egypt. My people didn't want to come, and I ain't gonna beg you to come after. I don't want anybody to follow me. You got all the words in the scripture and the things you need to do, and you can't do those things, so what do I need you for? These are the type of things that we make children out of, rebellion. And you expect to have good seed, that are spiritual seed. Jesus Christ did his job. He gave you his Father words, not his own words, not words that he knew. And he built it on faith and trust. Now you've got Masons. Jesus was rejected. Meditate and let this shit precipitate, and think about the children that you offspring from your power. Sitting on your couch with a TV remote. Look how technology has declined you. The more advanced it gets, the more you become animals, and you worried about conspiracy theorists. What are you concerned about conspiracy theorists for if they speak madness? I've never seen an audience outside a psychiatric ward. My videos only get 20 views, and I know I'm breaking the internet because when I upload, my entire computer shut down. If I upload heat pertaining to truth, the system can't figure out. People come round about thinking they gonna do something, knowing that I'm suffering, proclaiming that I take steroids. I barely eat 2 eggs each morning. Trying to save money for my mother. Trying to blend in, doing less than 3,000 reps when I know I could do well beyond 22,000 in 1 hour. That's 59 minutes. I've done it before. Superhero type nigga, not in the Olympics or any competition. There's not a single job that will hire a nigga with 2 college degrees. And we say it's for things that's superficial, but we know who the fuck I am. A hire. The 6th eye that you love so much in your Eastern cultures and psychology, that used to be my job. You're inside a pyramid. Your body comprised that you hold so dear of nothing but numbers in a binary code and a construct that is set to animate. And in order to animate, you must have time. Think about it. The fall of all is selfish interest. And now we got brotherhoods. And we want to judge a nigga that stand alone. And we all want to gather around and watch him die. Read the book of Jeremiah. Birds of prey come round about and assemble. Like the Avengers. Men that are mystery men with superpowers to watch one fall. For their embetterment? To do worse? Fuck that. You fucking with the wrong one, I promise you, son. The mind that you operate and you didn't used to operate, that was my job. I operated all of y'all like fucking robots. I am your 3rd eye. Your so-called 6th god from the heights I snipe. That's what I did. Imagine me being like you, having selfish interests, not being altruistic. And you sit down here thinking you gonna change me as if the system will allow me to fall. That's why your witchcraft don't work. I'm more important than you. That is the truth. I know exactly who I am. And in your way, unless you come in the way that you're supposed to, then you have no importance. Consider the topsoil. I love the smell. And these are what we make children out of, carbonite and the ways of carbonite. And their ways are as temporal as the shit they're made out of. Imagine the manure that fertilizes the ground. What you think is more important? You biodegradable data that goes back into the matrix, and you neglect the spiritual portion. Therefore, there is no you inside of you. And there I am, ready to relocate the I next to you on top of a keyboard just to keep separation. I need a restraining order from the rest of civilization, because civilization is a lie. Life is a culture, and culture, the root word is cult, and this cult is death. And I am rejected, and I'm not a part of it. So everything I say is so violent because you can't handle. Maybe that's why your brains don't work, because you try to keep me captive here, and I'm in a captive state, but not like you. Your automatic self-driving cars that go down the street that hasn't even been invented. People don't even recognize that cars don't drive like that. They drive like transformers in alignment and precision. Synchronistic. Some of y'all had to learn how to physically walk again as the AI system took over your body, because your mind and your brain had degraded and fell so far beneath the equilibrium of the system. And that's what picks you up, is the matriarchy. And you go around whispering, not considering your own ways. You are a judge of all things except yourself. That's my job. And you think you could point fingers at me? I laugh at thee. I've never seen dust before speak so much shit. They must fertilize theyself. And this is what we make children out of. The spiritual data. There is power in the blood. The blood is not the power. It is what you do, your track history of all the things that you were before you came together and made a soul tie, and that baby came out crying because you full of shit. The overhand lamp of the surgeon, round as the sun in the sky, artificial, white, like the sun in the physical sky that we see now, not orange no more, artificial. Egypt, technological inside of a technology cube that's inside of a pyramid and all the dimensions therein. And I came from outside of there. There are 2 of these pyramids, and you exist as one of 8 technological cubes inside of this one. And there are 2 where I came from in Hyperia with the 2 red picnic tables. I worked a job from a higher estate. I came from higher than that. So I'm higher than the heaven that you know of and read of in the Bible. I don't gotta call myself God. I don't know about that. All of these are new concepts. This is how low this situation is. I'm gonna get to my kids. You understand? Niggas thought I would be soft. Niggas thought many things. Look at all they judgments, and they still judging. They never shut up and start learning. And what they learn is incorrect because it comes from the wrong sources, thinking you could fuck with me. Stop.